This is the Songbird. Innovative cooking. Innovation. Innovation. Now right here, we got some homemade cookie dough. Look at it. Have you ever seen anything so perfect? And was it done with a machine? No, it was done by hand. Look how perfect it is. Look at that beautiful dough. Look at that cookie dough. And it tastes like heaven, I'll tell you. I'm just going to put some little drops right here. And this is some King Arthur flour. First, I could hear my teacher in my ear, my 7th grade teacher. Cream, butter, and sugar. Those are our words. Cream, butter, and sugar first. And I'm doing this with one hand. Cream, butter, and sugar. See, that's the key. You have to cream the butter and sugar first. That's number one key. Okay, so I had a whole stick of butter. Okay. And see, I don't use measuring cups. I've been cooking since I was 8 years old. But I would guess I had a cup of sugar to match the... So basically, I'm working here with one hand, and I'm going to use this one. See how that comes out. And as you can see, look at it. Look how perfect it is. Try to get them all the right same size. Try. Don't worry about it. Just use a spoon, or you can use whatever you like. But I like to use this is a tablespoon, of course, we all know. Get them all as much as you can the same size. Don't worry about mashing them down or anything, because they're going to melt down. See this dough is going to melt down. It's not stiff. You know, it'll just melt right down. Stick of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 cups of flour. Spoon it in a little at a time. First, cream the butter and the sugar. Then add 2 eggs, right? That's what this is. Add 2 eggs, and then you see how it comes off the side of the bowl? See, that's how you know that it's, see that? It's perfect. Did I use a food processor? No, by hand. Cream, butter, and sugar with a fork. You want to use a fork, right? To cream the butter and sugar first. As a matter of fact, I took out half of the butter because the peanut butter has oil. I keep forgetting that. And I did stick it in, and then I took it out before I broke it all up, before I actually creamed it. I had someone else cream it. See how it comes off the sides? Beautiful, perfect dough. Okay? You can also freeze it, roll it up in the parsnip paper, and put a piece of foil over that, roll it up real tight, and freeze it, and take it out when you want, just like in the grocery store. But it tastes better because you made it yourself. And so if you don't have a food processor, or if you do have a food processor, you can do this by hand. It tastes a lot different. It tastes so good. Okay, so I'm going to stick these in the oven for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. And they're going to be so good. I'm not sure how many this makes. Like I said, we didn't use the whole 2 cups of flour. I used I used a spoon. Like I said, I don't measure things. I used about a cup of peanut butter. Almost a cup, like 2/3 of a cup of peanut butter for the flavor. And I didn't use measurement for the vanilla. I just kind of poured it in. I'll say about a tablespoon of vanilla. Some people don't use vanilla in their peanut butter cookies. You can do what you like. But this is innovation. Yeah. Innovation. Innovation. Yeah. I'm going to have to put these cookies right in this oven, and they're going to be so good. So this is the finished product. Okay, you're really not supposed to take them out when they're too hot. Well, it's not about what you're supposed to do. You can do what you need to do. You can take them out. or you can wait for them to cool in the pot, in the pan, and then take them out. It's falling apart. It's soft. So I took them out before they could get flat in the oven, because and then they would turn into crunchy cookies. If you want soft cookies, you take them out while they're kind of puffed up. And that way when they cool off, they'll be soft, chewy cookies. That's the difference, you know. That's all you need to do is make sure that you do that. You take them out before, while they're still puffed up. As you can see, these are puffed up, okay? You can see, notice the little air holes in the cookies. See the little air holes? The air holes, see, because that's really good dough. It made its own little air. See, those are air pockets. I thought they were little brown specks when I first took them out. Just now, I'm like, what are those brown specks? But see, this dough is just so good. There are holes. There are holes. You see the holes? Those are air holes. While they were cooking, the heat escaped from those holes. That's some good soft dough right there. You see, so you take them out where they're puffy. I'm gonna leave them in here, in this hot skillet. You see, they're all together, but they'll peel apart. They peel apart, you see. And this one, it fell apart because I took it out while it was extremely hot. So the hotter it is, it will fall apart faster. See how perfect they are? And they taste good. I've already tasted it. And I noticed it in the last video, the second part. You can hear my stomach growling. I didn't know you could hear my stomach growling. I apologize. Look, see, it's pulling apart on its own. You see that? It's starting to pull apart from each other on their own. You see that? So I'm going to let it sit here and finish doing that. And they're going to be so delicious. And see, it's pulling away from the sides. You see, because the pan is still hot. So they're still cooking. No, they're not in the oven. Because, see, that way they'll be done. They are done, but they'll be chewy. They're not going to be hard and crunchy. I like hard, crunchy cookies. But on the edges, they probably will be crunchy because they're still cooking. You see them pulling away from the sides? You see that? Still turning brown. Even though it's not in the oven. This is Innovation Cooking. And these cookies are going to be let me taste it. And look, see on the bottom? Perfectly brown on the bottom. See? Delicious. That's the timer going off. Oh, yeah. First, I set the timer for 8 minutes. And then I looked at them. And I set another 5 minutes at it. I just took them out. And they're perfectly. They're so perfect. I'm just going to let these sit and finish. Because these were thicker. I can't wait. Turn off this timer. God, this is good. So, remember, the COVID-19 cooking lessons. At home working, you got time to cook, and God, this is so good. Those air holes are getting bigger and bigger because the heat has to escape, and that's why. If there were nothing, if they had nowhere to escape, no kind of way, these cookies would get hard as a rock. They'd be hard. You could throw them and break a window. Peace, love, and light.